What?
We are live.
Why?
We're live so everyone can hear me rant. That's why, Cabbage. What the hell do you think that she's live for? She did all this for me. I'm special. Don't you know that?
I'm old. I get confused easily.
I make no comment to that.
So let's talk about what I'm going to rant about, if you don't mind me taking over your channel for a little bit, sure, Artie.
Go ahead.
So here I get this email that was sent to me at 3:23 a.m. this morning saying that my Google account is locked and that if I want to unlock it, to hurry up and send a request to unlock my channel, which I promptly did. Now, I started this about a little after 6:30 a.m. my time. All right. So about 3 hours after, the initial email. Okay. And only to find out, of course, that I have been locked completely out of YouTube and my entire channel has been completely terminated and it wouldn't even let me in. So the first thing I had to do was send an email back to the support saying, why the hell am I locked out of my account? So after a while, it came back when my channel was coming back to at least where I can get into the YouTube portion of it. All right, I immediately take a look at things, and my live streams are all disabled. It looks like they've all been deleted. Okay, and I am prevented from live streaming. Not only am I prevented from live streaming, but apparently I'm prevented from engaging in any kind of chat whatsoever. Okay, apparently I can't chat on other channels. Apparently, when somebody else is live streaming, I can't even add anything into their chats. I am completely banned without anything. Meanwhile, my channel itself shows no community guideline strikes. All right, there is no email explaining to me what I did that was wrong. Okay, Twitter's fine. My Twitter account works. Okay, I have no idea what I've done, what I've done, aside from people are telling me when they try to access my channel that I've either been taken down because of severe violations, all right, or because I've exceeded the community guideline strikes, of which I have done. Okay, what the hell's going on? Why am I limited? Now, I can upload a video. And I'll probably be uploading a video a little bit later today, as a matter of fact. Probably commenting on some of this, all right, when I decide to make this video using OBS, all right? I've been toying with this idea for a while and doing response videos and several other things, right? But the one thing that I always enjoyed doing with my live chats is to engage with the people that are, my live streams, rather, is to engage with the live chat and be talking with people, all right, without knowing where I, quote unquote, crossed the line, or what I said, or knowing how I've been hammered, all right, or what's been reported. There is nothing there. There's nothing to tell me, hey, this is what you're doing wrong. Hey, this is what you've got to avoid. And being as I only have a total, a whopping total of 85 subscribers, all right, I don't get the courtesy of being able to contact somebody from the YouTube group, all right, to tell me why I've been deleted, what I've done wrong. Now, you guys are some of my subscribers.
I don't like it.
Wow, that was just brilliant.
But can you tell me where I've crossed the line? What you've seen me do that could possibly, all right, have gone to create the severe. Remember, it was a severe violation. No. Because otherwise, if I there are no copyright strikes. I
think it's a pornographic way in which you used to, pronounce them as Cortez. You see.
Yeah, I told you. You went after their golden girl.
Yeah.
The Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Is that what you're saying? You thinking that disdain in my voice is what caused all this?
Are you trying to get my show shut down now?
Well, yeah, that's it. You see?
I have
You
to
just
start off
infected.
right here, Shirati.
You've infected Shirati's channel.
Your first stream, and now you've been infected.
Well, at least we know who Patient Zero is.
That's
Send in
actually
the
the
CDC. Send in the clowns.
That's actually the thing. If Shrati's channel does actually get flagged, we will at least know what it was. Then we'll know it was AOC.
Yeah. Say it again with gusto.
I am the plague bearer. Of course, if Shirati gets shut down for this, Mad Dodge's channel is totally gone and will never come back. It's going to be on a perma-ban list of some sort.
Oh dear, that's scary, but unfortunately, that's also probably true.
So I doubt that that's going to carry over. I'm hoping that Mad Dodge hasn't been affected. Has anybody gone to Mad Dodge's channel to see whether or not
No, he's fine.
He's okay.
Yeah, no, I mean, this is what I mean. It's so fucking ridiculous. No, this is somebody who's got it out for you, who's flagged it. And then, you know, it just got flagged. I mean, why excessive? Who the fuck knows? But it's obviously having to be manually reassessed. So, you know, a 50-year-old man is now being assessed by some 22-year-old little fucking beaner-wearing prick in a, you know, on a beanbag.
Well, I mean, okay, yeah, I'm a 55-year-old man. That's all. That's all true. But at the same time, I don't have a problem with if I violated some terms of service. Okay, tell me I violated the terms of service, and tell me which term of service I violated, all right, and what was over the line. Because for crying out loud, anybody could have looked at any of my streams and told me where I was wrong.
You know, MD, and that's the point. When they say it gets manually reviewed, well, if it's manually reviewed, then they can give you a timestamp on a particular video where they took offense to it. So it shouldn't be. It's no extra effort to add that information into the email, right?
Well,
because
right.
you're watching the video apparently, so you just need to add the timestamp.
If what I've been doing is not offensive, if they can't point to a specific offense, then how do I generate severe offense?
Good question.
I think it's a triggly porn. It's the excessive amount of triggly porn.
Well, if there's some porn on my video somewhere, while I was live streaming a porn video somehow flashed up and I didn't get to see it, I'm going to be really pissed off. I mean, because if I can't even enjoy the porn on my own videos, how the hell did I miss this?
You want to enjoy Triggly Puff?
Well, I didn't say Triggly
Are you kidding me? What is wrong with you, man? You should be grateful you haven't seen it.
You do have a
thanking
point.
your lucky stars.
You make a good point. You do make a good point there, Cabbage. I must admit that is a valid concern.
Taryn says you caused a commie butthurt, which was also the topic of the Doomer rant. I think they mean Boomer rant.
Doomer rant? Who's Doomer?
I don't know.
Was I actually mentioned by another freaking YouTuber on videos? I mean, you can't.
I have no idea.
I think you meant boomer rant. You know, you're having a boomer rant.
Oh, boomer rant.
Yeah, I think that would make more sense.
Well, it says the topic of the Doomer rant, but I think they mean boomer. And it goes on to say the terms of service are Dilbert vague.
He also responded to no, so I'm going to assume Doomer is the name of another streamer.
Well, we don't know what he's saying no to. He needs to specify. What are you denying?
Now we wait.
Oh, Matt Barkley says there are 2 other channels on my list that have been terminated as well. Not sure which ones exactly. The names aren't there anymore.
Especially people will cause the collapse of industry, civilization, and significant human population die.
Ooh, apparently it's a specific thing, the Doomers. So, yeah, you guys can look that up yourselves and go, it's a load of rubbish. Oh my God, she's already got a downvote. Well done on your first downvote.
Yay, Shirati.
Husband, did you downvote me?
You had your cherry plucked.
Doomer?
Yes.
I guess Boomer versus Doomer. What the hell is this? There's a channel called Doomers.
No.
Quinn just explained it
Yeah,
to
but I
you
mean, we need.
after.
Yes. Well, yeah, but we can get a response from Terran as to what. Just no doesn't mean anything in the context of what was being said.
Hey, Cabbage, put Sherardi's the link to that channel in the side chat for me if you don't mind. To Sherardi's to this this website, so I can at least watch the commentary. Somehow I thought I was subscribed to Sherardi, but apparently I'm not.
I put the link to the video in Dodge's Discord.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
Unleash
If you
the
had
dogs
paid
of war.
attention, you would have known this.
Well, if I was paying attention, but I don't often pay attention to you. You should know that by now.
Well, you are old.
I can't even see your chat though. I guess I'm not allowed to chat.
No, you're allowed to drool. Drooling is permitted.
Well, at least we know
Serious.
that.
I can't even see the chat. It doesn't allow me to chat.
Oh, wow.
Here, I'll test it
Damn,
again.
they hate you.
They do.
Yeah.
They really don't like you.
It goes back, says
Batman.
error, try again.
Bad.
I can't chat. I can't leave comments.
You see, you're clearly a subversive. I mean, God knows you worked for your government for how many years, but you know you are a subversive element. Quite amazing, really, isn't it?
I've been
I'm
caught
sure
as
you've
the
still
mole.
got some kind of security clearance, but
The
you know,
mole-
God
the mole
forbid
has
that
been
you ever
captured.
actually use it.
They put me in a cage.
Mole.
There. Can you see now?
Yes, I can. Thank you. And I have
Does that
subscribed.
make you
Then why
happy?
can't I? Why couldn't I see your name in my subscriptions?
Because YouTube's a cunt.
I'll accept that.
That's interesting because she wasn't in my subscriptions. Let me refresh this. It might be because they're just my channel is just that screwed up. There you are. Now you just showed up. Interesting. Okay.
Well, it does take a while, yeah, but things have got to distribute between servers and stuff because it is a distributed network. So there's always like sort of a rollout period, and you know, mirroring of data over servers.
Well,
Can't
what's
expect
funny
everything to be instant.
is she's not where I would have expected her to be, because I try to
Really?
keep everything. Well, no, I try to keep everything alphabetical because it's easy for me to find things, right?
Mm.
But she's not in an alphabetical order anymore.
You're breaking the paradigm.
So now what it is I have it. At least I could, if I wanted to upload a video, I could upload a video, but I can't. I'm not allowed to live stream anymore.
Yeah, because you're a naughty boy. You're a very, very naughty boy.
And I suspect for the next 90 days, I will not be able to live stream because it has your ability to live stream has been revoked. Learn more, right? But I have 0 copyright strikes, as I've
And
shown.
if you want, I'll set up you know, a dummy account and whatever for you if you want, and then you can utilize that. I'll just set up a new Microsoft email address or something and just create a new Google account. It's not a problem if you want one. And then they'll
Yeah,
just give you
I
the
mean, I
details
can do
and
that
change
too.
the password and things. And
I can set up my own account and do it that way if I was going to set up a secondary account or anything like that. And I probably will in the next few days actually do that. It might be a
yeah, but if you don't want
to
to yeah, but like I said, usually they work on the IP. So unless you wanted to renew your IP and all the rest, so you're probably going to have to stay offline for a couple of days if you want to do that. If you just want one that is totally unassociated with your location, then
I'll be traveling soon, so it's not like I can't just walk down to the local our local grocery store, right, with my laptop and log in that way.
You're on hipster. I know you're going to Starbucks, you and your little.
No, there's not a Starbucks near me, but there is a McDonald's.
Oh, he's not
Yeah,
a
well.
hipster, remember?
Yeah, he is. He has a fedora. Guarantee it. You can't get over the day.
I've
the
wanted
50s.
to get a
He
fedora.
still
I
lives
will
back to
admit
the
to that.
50s.
But I do not have a fedora. No, I do have a boonie cap that's camouflage that the military gave me. I still have that. I mean, it's sand colored. That's about
That's
about the
okay.
closest
You're
I
in
have.
Arizona, so it makes sense.
Well, it makes sense because I freaking had to go to the desert, and they reissued me all sorts of new freaking clothing.
A new change of clothes. Did you have to
Yeah,
model
they
it?
gave the whole slew of
Did they
things,
have
which is a separate issue entirely.
Did they
So
model it for you?
congratulations, here you go. And then they gave me a freaking beret, which I'd never had before.
Oh,
But
I
no,
blame the
this
French.
kind of crap. The worst part about it was exactly what Jensen says and exactly what you say. It's one thing to ban people, but to ban them and not tell them why you're banning them, why you're hitting them, why was I struck down? I have no indication whatsoever of where I crossed the line. All right, what I did to cross a line. That's the part that gets me. Is it accumulation of things? If it's an accumulation of things,
Well,
why don't you issue? Wouldn't it make more sense to just issue a warning? If it's nothing specific, if there's nothing that's out of the terms of service, but something that's really starting to gripe on you, why wouldn't you then say, okay, I'm giving you a community guideline strike as a warning to say,
that's
hey,
what strikes are.
You're doing this.
They have those tools already.
Well, okay, then why weren't they utilized?
They have those tools. No.
Then why wasn't it utilized? Why weren't those tools used then?
Mm-hmm.
Why are they going out of their set?
Because it just seems absolutely asinine.
Yeah, well, what are they doing? What is the reason they're going out of their set process that they've established for this? All right, to deal with this situation. If I'm so severe, if I'm so hard, if I'm so vicious, please tell me. If it's because I'm saying Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, if that is really annoying the hell out of you, all right, and that's what's causing this, you could at least tell me. Don't say Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
You are really gonna fuck up again.
Oh yeah, he's getting wood every time he says it. He is. It's just he's wooding himself up.
Oh.
Or
He's
if it's
thinking
Tim
of those
Pool
crazy eyes.
being a moron, or if it's
Oh God, Tim Pool is a moron.
Or was it because I went after the Britisher for the stupid, inane frickin' rant that he went on about conservatives and the Tories in his own party? Now, I'll grant you, when it comes to talking about British politics, to be honest, I have to defer to Jensen and Cabbage more than myself because I don't understand your politics. It's freaking insane to me. But for you to complain, what I do know about it from the Britisher standpoint is he is a supporter generally of Labour. He's a Labour supporter. To then go on a rant saying the Tories haven't been keeping us in line, how dare they abandon the field? Well, look at this. We're all out of control now. I mean, the whine and bitch about that rather than call out the people who took you over the edge, who've been driving you over the edge and saying it was the people that didn't prevent us from driving the car over the edge. If that's what caused me to, and I don't think it was. I don't think the British reported me, folks. All right, just to let you know. All right. If that's what it is, though, fine. I mean, tell me at least what I did that's so damn offensive to you. Okay? Or is it the very fact that there's someone actually a conservative who can actually articulate true conservative points of view that has got you so riled around wrapped around the axle?
Yeah, but like MC, this is I think the most egregious element of it. I mean, yes, it's not good to not know what apparently you did wrong, but you should at least be able to face your accuser. That the accuser should have to be named. And because this is the problem that I really have with this shit. Because none of these fuckers, their names aren't being accumulated. They're not being gathered. Because when it's like the Me Too movement, right? I mean, false accusations. There's no consequences for any kind of false accusation these days.
Well,
You
that is.
You can smear anyone. It doesn't matter. It's almost like, you know, slander and libel have been cast aside.
No, and it is, and it's a major problem. It is a major. This is going to be a major problem going forward with this, because as much as I've tried to avoid the reality of this, these are platforms now, and these are public platforms. They're no longer, you know, somebody's.
Are you saying it's a public forum?
It is a public
forum.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
And as a result, well, when you start saying that the president uses this, so therefore it's a public forum, then it has to be a public forum for everybody, right? It can't just be a public forum for public officials and nobody else. It can't be a public forum for public officials, but a private forum for other people, right?
On that issue, don't forget when Donald Trump, you know, he tried to block people on his private Twitter, and they said, no, you can't do that because you are a public person. It's like, yeah, but I have my presidential one. That's not blocking people, but I'm blocking it on my private one. No, you can't do that.
Right.
So these are arbitrary rules.
So it can't be a public. So it has to be a public forum.
Yeah, but they also can't ban him. You can't ban him either. But everyone else can be. So it's already a double standard, right? It's clearly a double standard. It's already there.
Yeah, no, I understand that the double standard's already there, but at this point in time, as much as I despise some of the suggestions that Styx puts out, his suggestion that this is going to have to be, they're going to have to accept some kind of regulation from the federal government in this regard. All right, at least from the judiciary to say, look, this is freedom of speech. You have to allow it, and it's not because I got banned. Okay, it's. Look at how I got banned. I got no notification. All right. I got no reasoning behind it. No one's explained to me where I've gone over the top. So
no warning.
Why the hell? What if you're saying that you have the right to reserve and kick me off? Fine, but you don't want to tell me why you kicked me off in the first place. Then what's going to prevent me from going over the top again when I don't know what I did?
Exactly.
And I have nothing that indicates to me or to anybody else or any of my if you guys are one of my followers out there and you know what I did or you have an idea what I did, all right, please let me know what was egregious enough to delete my account. Okay, this wasn't a community guideline strike. If I did something that annoyed people, if it's a series of things that's annoying people, then you should get a community guideline strike. I have zero. I can show you right now. They have zero community guideline strikes.
Show them. Show the people.
You want me to show everybody right now? I can do that right now.
No, I think they should. I mean, no, people do have to see it. Because, you know, a lot of people do think that this is just, you know, people mixing up a fervor for nothing, but it isn't. I mean, this is happening to people randomly. This is what really freaks me out, because there's no reason with somebody with 85, 86, you know, subscribers should in any way, shape or form attract this kind of like termination, which is what it is.
This is
your account. By the way, your account wasn't suspended according to anyone trying to come onto your account. It says it's terminated.
For what?
Yeah.
Here's my status. I have zero copyright strikes. I have zero community guideline strikes. I can now upload it apparently now. All right, but my live streaming is disabled. I have no indications. No one's given me any indication as to why I have been hammered. What it is that has set people off, that has hammered me, that has gotten me to where live streaming is disabled, but this has already been re-enabled. So from my perspective, it looks like I have a channel, but you're telling me if anybody tries to look at my channel, it says that I'm totally gone. Right? I mean, that's what everyone else is saying.
Memory hole. You're being put in the memory hole.
Well, if it's true what Matt Barkley's saying, it might be that they've come up with a new freaking algorithm that goes after and looks at chats and stuff. And see, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking it has something to do with my chats, right? Where I'm making snarky comments back and forth, just kind of off the wall comments, right? Non sequitur kind of stuff that I do in chats here and there, right? As a play on things.
Well, then why haven't I been banned? Because come on, I've done some fucking, things that
maybe they haven't gotten it. Maybe you haven't done it recently enough. I don't know. I mean, yeah. But that's the point. I don't know. Everything's a guess. Yeah. I don't know if that's what caused it. Okay.
And the thing is, if you were to go to court, how would you go to court against an algorithm? Are they going to get Big Blue out there to, act as the defense? What the fuck?
Well, I mean, they would have to sit up there, and if you went to court, what they'd have to do is they'd have to release the algorithm to be looked at. All right, and which is something that no one's ever done before. All right, no one's ever taken them to court and say, "Show me the algorithm," because what they'll do is, if somebody comes to that degree, what'll happen is people will say, "No, we'll let you have your account back, and therefore you have no reason to sue us, so therefore we don't have to release the algorithm." That's why they haven't done it. If somebody
they usually put it under intellectual property right, it's private based on, corporate. What is the term? There's a particular term for it anyway. But it basically, it's fuck. What is the bloody term for it? But anyway, it protects the corporate interests so that they don't have to violate. They don't have to disclose information to the public about their proprietary, their patented or copywritten materials. Somebody's phone for some reason.
No, it's not my phone. Is that yours? Somebody calling you?
Yeah, apparently.
It's not mine.
Somebody actually loves cabbage. They're giving him a phone call, or they're giving him the warning that they didn't give me. You're done, pal. You're going to be off YouTube. We're going to ban your account.
Somebody is questioning my ability to
After all the copywritten stuff that he's put up, I wouldn't be surprised.
I mean, that's another thing. My channel has really no copyright stuff on it whatsoever. I don't do anything with copyright. All right. I don't go after anything with the copyrights. All right. I try to avoid anything that could even be considered copyrighted, a copyright infringement. I avoid it like the plague. So what is it that I got hammered for? Okay. See, if you're going to come back and say that what I'm doing, what I've done and everything, you won't you won't look at anything specific. You'll say it's an overall tenure of everything. Believe it or not, I can accept that. I can accept the fact that you're saying, well, it's an overall tenure of things. But at which point you should be issuing, hey, dude, you're getting a little out of control. That's the whole purpose of a community guideline strike. That's what the whole thing was created for. But if you're going to not be able to point to a specific thing, and you're going to say, well, it's a general attitude, and that's severe. If that is severe, nothing specific is severe, but overall it becomes severe. If nothing specific violates a community guideline strike, then how does it raise to the level of severity overall to where it is severe? How come it doesn't? At what point didn't it sit up there? Did it bypass a community guideline strike to a severe thing where your account had to be terminated? At this point in time, I think my account is still terminated. All right. Now it may take a couple of, a day or so as they try to replicate everything and bring everything back. I don't know. That's what I don't know about. All right. I will be annoyed if they don't bring back everything to begin with. All right. It will start to annoy me over time. I don't know how long some of this stuff takes. I do know from seeing other people who've gotten struck down where they've recreated their accounts that they've brought stuff back. Okay, sometimes it takes a while for everything to come back. But what's worrying me right now is the fact that people trying to view anything is seeing that my channel has been terminated. Now, I only have a small number of users. Like I've said, we've already said, I've only have 85 users. All right.
Yeah, but you know what? Your subscribers are smart enough to know that you probably just either A, pissed off the algorithm, or B, pissed off some stupid Dem and or leftist.
Yeah.
And it still says this account has been terminated due to multiple or severe violations of YouTube's policy against spam, deceptive practices, and misleading content or other terms of service violations.
Okay. If I'm misleading content, please show me where I'm misleading anything. If I'm spamming, I'm not a spam account. I've never spammed anybody, so it's not spam. Now, if somebody is spamming from my account, that's okay. I understand where you're saying that there's a problem there because someone's spamming from my account. Then I personally don't have a problem with that, right? Of you telling me that. All right. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that from that perspective, in my opinion. All right. But the question still comes about for me is, okay, then what is it that we're dealing with here? What is the issue?
They're blaming you. It's all your fault. You are the bad guy. It's your account.
That's fine. If they're willing to say that, that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. Even saying that. Okay, if I'm the bad guy in this scenario because of that, okay, it's my account. Yeah, I'm responsible for my account. Yeah, okay, I can deal with that. I can live with that. All right. Tell me exactly where it was. Show me where the spamming was taking place. Show me how spamming was happening, because I don't want spammers on my account. I don't want people spamming my accounts. All right. I don't want to violate. I'm not looking to violate people's the terms of service in this way. I'm not. So if this has happened, all right, and it is a spam issue, let me know. I'll fix it as much as I can. I'm not sure what I can do to fix it, to be perfectly honest. I don't know how, what it takes to fix one of these things.
No, we never spammed anything. No, you see it on text. It would be a text thing, and it would be like if you've been infected by some kind of worm or Trojan, then you'd see that it was posting things randomly.
Well, you would hope so anyway, right?
Yeah. No, it's not. It's got fuck all to do with spam. No, this is somebody who's just being a malicious little prick. But the weird thing is, and like you said, that the odd thing is how quickly it went from. I mean, normally a flag thing would put you into like a suspended state, but this went to from nothing to excessive.
Right. Okay. Exactly. Where did I violate the terms of service? What was I doing that violated your terms of service, or was constantly approaching the line? All right, so that I can make sure that I don't violate your terms of service or step over the line again.
Yeah, but you're never going to be told that. I mean, like I said, it's the same problem as not being able to, confront your accuser. I mean, this is what the liberal justice system is based around, right? It's like the SS, it's the KGB, it's the night bands that come out and just grab people in the middle of the night and put them into vans and you never see them again. This is the kind of shit that these people come up with, and that this is the virtual equivalent of that.
Yes, it is.
You're just being black bagged, mate. You got black bagged. It's pathetic.
And there's no excuse for it. I mean, you can't tell. Like I said, there is nothing that's showing me anything or telling anybody what it is that I did wrong. All right, how I did something wrong, where I quote unquote went wrong. All right, if you're going to sit up there and say that I'm the bad guy, okay. I mean, I can accept the fact that I'm the bad guy. If you're going to tell me I'm the bad guy, that's fine. Okay, I'm the bad guy. Tell me I'm the bad guy. Let me do my penance or whatever else you want to throw at me, you know. Whatever else you think that has made me, you know, whatever heinous thing that I've done that has created this environment. Okay, you know, if you think that I'm so far out of the sorts, I'm so far in the weeds, right? Okay, I can believe it or not. I can deal with that. I can say, okay, yeah, you're right. I made a mistake. I have no problem admitting when I make mistakes. I never will have a problem with admitting when I make a mistake.
Yes, but the thing is that that's the difference between when you say that you made a mistake and when you just you violated somebody else's sense of sensibility. It's like Sense and Sensibility again. It's like fucking history repeating itself.
Well, exactly, and it's like, okay, so I violated your view of the Nazi state or something. Okay, tell me what I did that violated this to such a degree.
But they can't have an appeals court because they're doing this so flagrantly now. I mean, Christ, they need 10,000 people just to act on their and then, God, can you imagine just how fucking important these people would feel if you had like YouTube judges or something? God, it'd be the worst, wouldn't it? Fucking hell, stick a wig on them. They'd love that.
Well, I do think that is one of the problems. I will admit that. I do think that right there is one of the issues that is causing a lot of this, right? Is they do want to pick, they do believe that they themselves are the end all be all, all right, or be all.
The gatekeepers, right?
Right.
They are the gatekeepers.
They are saving humanity. That they're the ones who are riding herd on what's all wrong in today's society and so forth. You see, this goes back to something I've always said about the left, and I've always meant it. All right, because a lot of people never get it. You want to talk about who
get
the real
banned.
You want to talk about who the real moral busybodies are.
And let him in.
The real moral busybodies have always been the left. The whole idea, if you go back and think about what was their favorite mantra. Their favorite mantra was, don't sit up there and push your morality onto me. That very statement is so hypocritical, and no one ever during that time frame when that phrase was popular.
Whoever claimed that liberals were self-aware.
Well, no, yeah, but the problem is that nobody pushed back. Where were those moderates? Where were you, memes, when they made that statement? Where were you to come back and go, do you realize how hypocritical that statement is? Where were you? Where were the memes? Where were all these glorious centrists? These paragons of frickin' central virtue. Where were they? How come they didn't stand up? You see my point? This has been going on for quite a while now. All right,
but they were the paragons of virtue, right? Because they didn't react, you see, to what was happening. They let it happen.
Because the reason is because they enjoyed it. They enjoyed the discomfort of the conservatives. See, they enjoyed being able to lord that over conservatives as a whole, and the reason they were enjoying that, all right, was because overall they tended to agree with the liberals. They agree with the liberal mindset. It's not a problem for them. The liberal mindset was never a problem for them. They agree with that logic. They always have agreed with that logic. All right? They pretend, in other words, they're faux centrists. They don't really believe in being centrists. They're not centrist in reality.
Yeah, but I consider myself, centrist in the fact that I'm willing to look at both sides, but I'm happy to take good bits and other bits, on a pragmatic level.
That goes back to the other lie that they tell themselves all the time, which was, I'm open-minded. Have you ever met, and I'm dead serious, have you ever met a liberal that's really open-minded?
No, but, then again, you see,
antithetical to who they are. They can't be open-minded.
See, I hate the way they've abused the term liberal anyway. So, I mean, it's fundamentally flawed from the beginning.
That is an issue. I can't deny that. That is an issue. But this is what we've devolved into. This is why we're at the situation. You know, why the situation is what it is now.
Okay, so okay, right, MC. But you know, being that you know believe in the corporate integrity, corporations have the right to do what they do and things like that. Do you think that there should be, I don't know, changing in licensing or
Well, I've always thought one problem that I've always disagreed with was all right. First of all, we have, for example, and I realize, kind of bear with me because it's going to seem like I'm mixing apples and oranges, but I'm not. Okay. We always had what they called copyright.
Bring on the grapefruits.
All right. And the reason you have copyright laws was to allow people who come back, who develop something, a new invention, right, to benefit from their invention, to give them the head start to benefit from their invention before it becomes commonplace and everybody is using it, right?
Mm-hmm.
To prevent, and the reason for this was to prevent knowledge from being hoarded. Right, but the reason for it was to prevent knowledge from being hoarded. Okay, now when it came to publishing, when it came to books and things like that, there was a recognition of the cost of of publishing something, right? If you were going to materially give people a benefit from that, with publishing, you had to get somebody else to actually publish your work for you to benefit from it. And the cost to the publisher of taking that risk was exorbitant because there was no guarantee when you publish something that anyone would look at it, that anyone would buy it, when anyone would purchase it. And as a result, they extended to 99 years the distribution rights of copyrighted work when it came to, works of literary type works. And then they applied that when it came to audio recordings, they applied that same copyright type of mentality or instrumentality for the same reason. If you cut a record, okay, back in the 1960s, I think records were first developed back, the phonographs first came out in the late 1800s, early 1900s. All right. In order for you to benefit, in order for the creator to get some kind of monetary figure along the lines of the inventor of a product, then you would need a longer period of time, and you had to sit up and recoup the publisher because of the cost of publishing was excessive. The cost of making the records and putting the records out there, all right, that's a great risk if people don't buy the records, if people don't, if you're not a hit, for example. All of that changed when we entered the digital age. All of it did. Publishing now, all right, the cost of publishing something is insignificant. It's absolutely insignificant because digitally now you can transmit published works worldwide for everyone for distribution without almost any cost whatsoever, because all you have to do is put it online and everybody has access to it. Right?
Yeah.
So
what is the price of it? Yeah, but they're going to start monetizing electrons soon. Guarantee it. I think Enron tried that.
I'm not saying they're going to try that. What I'm trying to point out is the cost of distribution has gone away. So there's no reason why they cannot adopt the same rules, all right, as you do for inventions. 7 years. You've got 7 years to make it is. Anything that's 7 years or older, anybody can have access to it. There's no reason to limit this like it is anymore. Well, the same applies now to how we're dealing with this situation overall within the digital world. That's the first change. The second change is when our court systems here in the United States listed Twitter and lists YouTube not as private entities or private things, as public forums, which they have effectively done by telling the president of the United States and telling other public figures that they can't say, you can't go on, you can't block people. When they said that about Facebook, when they said that about Twitter, and then when they said that about YouTube, these are this is now the public sphere. This is now the public forum.
Well, that's what I said way back when. When that thing, debacle came on with Trump, it's like, well, hang on a second. But they can demand that he can't block people, but then he's not allowed to delete his personal Twitter, and he can't do this and he can't do that. Well, who the fuck are you to demand that of a president, let alone anyone else? And the whole point is that the president isn't meant to be any better than anyone else, right? That's the reason.
That's exactly right.
You are called Mr. President, right? It's not, the president is the nomenclature.
No, he is not. He is not. He's not royalty. He was never supposed to be royalty.
Exactly. That's what Washington said, right?
Hey, Ogre.
Hey, Ogre. What the fuck are you doing here, you worthless piece of shit?
He wants to know what happened to your channel.
No, and I would like to be. Thank you so much, Sharadi, for letting me be a part of this. As far as I'm concerned, we're definitely on a truce at the moment.
I love you.
I just want to know what went on, because we're talking right now about something that is look. I just want to listen for a minute, folks, and get caught up. Thank you so much, MCJK, for the information you've given to me over the last month and a half. I want it to be public and say that you're balanced, you're intelligent. I don't always agree with you, as Sharadi says. Hey, man, I make jokes about stuff, but no, I don't always. But thank you for your hard work, and that they've taken you off.
Yeah, I am now on the terminated list. They wiped out my Google account and everything, and they have given me no reason. Because I don't know if it was a community guideline strike. I don't know if it was a severe violation of the terms of service. Right?
I think Ogre's jealous, actually. Ogre, you're jealous, aren't you? You've been trying to do this, and nobody's done it to you.
No, I've been taken down. I mean, it's just I don't know what to say other than, look, I listen to Tucker. Look, I'm not going to go here. I want to catch up for now. I just got here. I don't want to take over. I want to listen.
I'll go for those people who are new or you just arrived, right? I'll go over exactly how I saw things today. All right. I came up, I woke up this morning. All right. And to be honest, I wasn't planning on doing a Sunday stream. All right. Because it was generally my day off, but there was so much news that I said, you know what? I need to actually do a stream. As soon as I attempted to go on, I got a list of your account. Your Google account has been suspended, right? The Google account, right? So I went through the process of reactivating my Google account, where the only thing that I had from Google was an email that said this. All it said is that there has been either strange activity or possible activity. You need to take a look at your account, or banned activity that you need to take a look at your account. You need to reapply. So I reapplied, and I got my Google account back. I got my Google emails back and everything else. However, when I went to YouTube, it was, your account's been terminated. If you think you've been falsely terminated, click this link. So I clicked that link, and I got at least to the point where I can look at my YouTube channel. All right. But now what I see on my channel is that, yes, I have 0 community guideline strikes. I have 0 copyright strikes. However, I am banned from all live streams. And since I've only put live streams, apparently everyone, when they attempt to go to my account, it comes back saying this account has been terminated. Not that it's been suspended, not that it's been locked.
It's gone, mate. I just come off of my live stream. I was just doing a live stream, playing music on my guitar, being a jackass like I usually do. And because I wondered, there's nobody here. Somebody said, and I'm not going to go into what I said. You can see it on my stream because I'm a jackass. But somebody's like, "Oh, Sharadi's stream." I was like, "What? What the fuck?" And then they were like, "Oh, because MCJK got fucking." So the first thing I did, I went right to my thing, and it pops down. I watch you every day, so you're in the top 2, and it's because you know what I mean. It's like it's got the people in the list, not like if you I don't have to put subscriptions. I just go into the 3 bars on the left, and you are always in the top 2 because I watch you every day. I pressed MCJK. I'm going to do it now, even though I don't want to really take a viewer away from Sharadi at the moment, but I'm going to just for a second because I want to do it again. Look, I'm on screen share. I mean, look, are we so fucking unimportant that they just steal who we love? You cocksuckers!
But no, so you can see that I got banned. All right, or my account got terminated. I don't know why. All right. I wasn't warned. There's no warning or anything else. I do know that they do warnings and so forth. All right, for these things. All right. But as far as I'm concerned, I'm like, okay, well, that's fine. If you want to ban me, go ahead. I mean, tell me why you banned me, though. Tell me what I did to step over the line. All right. I'm not banned on Twitter. I'm not banned on any of the other social accounts that I have. So what caused me to be banned? What is it that you look out and say, okay, I severely stepped over the line. Now, right now, if I go to your channel, Ogre, and I tried to talk in your live chat, all right, you won't see it. It immediately deletes me off of there. All right, I can't go to somebody else's, watch somebody's video and put in a chat. All right, because if I attempt to do that, it tells me that it won't go there.
You can't go on the. I'm not even going to mock it this day. You can't even go on the red eye.
Well, I can go on. I mean, obviously, I can go on a live stream, but I can't.
But you can't comment in the side.
Right, exactly. If Sherardi stream here, this stream right here was Sherardi. All right, I can see the stream, but if I try to put anything in the chat, it will not let it go into the chat. It says error. Okay,
dude, you had the best news show on next to Tucker Carlson, but you don't have the producers and shit. Next to Tucker Carlson, you had the most concise, clear breakdown of the prominent news of the day. I never saw you you would even say, you'd be like, this is right wing, this is left wing. You would be like, I am biased here. You were even honest when you were biased. This makes my balls hurt.
Well, so the question still comes down to how did this happen? Now, so we're running through the gambit. What caused me to get banned? What is it that caused me to create such a severe violation that you said my account had to be terminated? What did I do that created such a severe violation? Okay, if I created a severe violation, tell me which video it was. Tell me where it was. If it wasn't in this, if it wasn't my channel. If nothing on my channel violated your term of service, okay, tell me then where else I did it. Okay, now I know it can't be Facebook. Why? I do have a Facebook account. The last time I accessed a Facebook account where I said anything on a Facebook account was over a year ago. So if you're going to tell me I'm doing something on Facebook that is now so egregious, right? When it was years and years ago, all right? And as far as I can tell, I'm not banned from Facebook. Now, granted, maybe I should go ahead and try and get into Facebook. I haven't logged into Facebook. I haven't logged into Facebook in so long, I'm not even sure I know what my password is anymore. Okay? That's how long ago into Facebook that it did it. So I don't think it's something from Facebook. Okay? It really can't be something from Facebook. So then, okay, what else could it be? Could it be Twitter? Well, Twitter hasn't banned me. I've never even gotten a 12-hour timeout in Twitter. Okay, so it's not Twitter. Okay.
You've never even gotten banned from Twitter?
No,
I've gotten banned from Twitter.
I've never even gotten a 12-hour suspension on Twitter. So I just want to know what it is. I would really like to know exactly what it is, where all of a sudden I went from being fine with 0 strikes and 0 community guideline strikes to all of a sudden the severe violation that got my account terminated. Where is it that I went from nothing to a severe violation to my account had to be terminated? I'm not trying to be a dick about things, all right? But I think if you're going to say that the President of the United States, all right, or these social platforms are public forums, which you have essentially done by saying that the president can't ban somebody, can't sit up there and say, okay, I'm going to ban this user. Since somebody can't be banned, then public officials can't ban people from their accounts. If that's the case, and these are what you've decided in the courts, that's the case. This is a precedented case. Then this has to be a public forum, and if nothing else, I deserve, all right, to know what it is that you say I've done. that you said is so egregious that I can't be allowed to have access to the public forum, that I've got to be shunned out of this area and prevented from coming into this area. If I've done something so severe, all right, I need to know what it is, because apparently what you think of as so severe, what you have determined is such a severe violation. How dare I do this? Apparently, it's beyond me and anybody who listens to me, or any of the people that that are my subscribers are looking at this going, well, what the hell have I done? And now, if I've done it on a different channel, okay, that person. If I've done this like on Mad Dodge's channel, because I'm constantly on Mad Dodge's channel, if I've done it to Mad Dodge's channel, that's where my severe violation was, then at the very least, don't you think Mad Dodge should be allowed to know what it is? Don't you think he deserves the courtesy call to know, well, if this guy comes on, you can't have him because this is so severe to us? You should at least be warning him or letting him know, right?
You kind of sound like Dodge. Oh no, I might have hurt somebody. I might have done this. I might have done that.
I'll be honest with you. If I'm being the one who's causing all these problems, if I'm such a freaking radical, if I'm the bomb throwing anarchist that everyone seems to think I am at YouTube, if I'm the bomb thrower,
I'm the plague.
All right, then don't you think Mad Dog should know that?
And you're on my channel. Why?
Well, because you were foolish enough to allow me on your channel.
Apparently to ruin you. Thank God he's not on mine. No, but it's messed up, man. You made a good point, MC, and I'm going to say right now, fuck you and everyone else. I'm pissed right now, not because your channel's down, MC, because I listen to you every fucking day. 9 o'clock, rain, shine. Here's the man that's got the plan and the fucking pocket comb. It's MCJK, a regimented military man, and I get it every day. I get it every day. It's a beautiful thing, and I feel, I am being robbed right now. And they're not telling you, of course, and you're more upset than I am, but they telling me either. They're not telling me why tomorrow when I'm going to pick up luck, because I noticed you weren't on this morning. I did notice that. and so I am almost always in the woods at 9 o'clock in the morning. My time.
Okay. I kind of have to acknowledge this. My husband, Oz the Great and Powerful, says that's Mr. the Plague.
That'll be, if I do set up another channel, that'll be the name of the channel, Mr. Plague.
That's cute.
Well, thank goodness we got a couple more here. I just put a little rejoinder, a little promo out on my channel because look, anybody that just got here from listen, I don't even care if you like MCJK or not. You have to stand up for him right now, and because we're so few. Yeah. You know, we have to. I've already done it. I've already sent an email. Send an email. Tell them that you're not happy. And it was easy for me because they give me a strike every time I play music. So I just connected to that. And I was like, hey, this channel's down. Why? So even if it's only 10 of us, believe me, they will say, hey, there are 10 people. So we all need, please send an email and ask why MCJK is not here.
It's because I was, here's Vash, you were covering articles back to back, man. So in other words, I shouldn't be going through there covering multiple articles. I should only be doing one article a day. Is that what I should be doing? Or one article a stream? I should just do stream one and then stop the stream and start another stream and then stop the stream and then do another stream and then stop the stream.
That's why we love your channel, because you cover so much and you get emotional about each one and move on, and none of us want to do that, so you do it for us.
That has nothing to do with it. Shit. I don't want to do the shit because I'm lazy. And I've got other shit to do. So that's why I send you all the fucking articles that I do.
Yeah, well, no, and that's fine. I had no problem. And I tried to give everyone, when somebody sends me something, I try to allude to where I got it from. I try to give you guys credit for you sending me the article. I hope I haven't irritated somebody that, it's basically just been you and Atema that send me articles. And I don't think I've ever seen Atema. I don't think Atema would ban me. I'm not sure she has that kind of power to begin with. See, that's the other thing about it is there was no warning. There was no series of strikes against me. All right. When they recreated my channel, there's no telling me what the strikes were about or what it was. All I know is that my channel on YouTube got deleted because my account on Google got deleted. Okay, so I had to bring that back. My account on Google was disabled. Okay, well, if you disabled my account, okay, then tell me what I did. Shouldn't you give me a some kind of warning of where I was, what I've done? You know, tell me where I've crossed the line, what I've done. It can't be, I'm telling you, it can't be Facebook. If it's Facebook, all right, then I'm totally at a loss at this point in time of knowing where I stepped over the line. I'm at a complete loss as to where I could have stepped over the line in Facebook, all right, to where I got banned, to where I got shut out. And so that leaves Twitter. Like I said, I've never even gotten a 12-hour timeout on Twitter. So what was it? Where am I? I'm not monetized. All right. Was it because I didn't have a PayPal account to harm me? That's what pissed you off that you decided to go after me? I mean, that's what it was?
They're terrified of the truth, my brother. And I would say, in my opinion, about 80% of the time, you are saying nothing but the God's honest truth. They're terrified of that.
Yeah, I just don't. I have no way of knowing.
Hey, Spud.
What could have happened? I have no idea where I went over a line. It just boggles my mind. It really does. Like I said, I have no idea where I could have violated anybody's terms of service or anything. Not because I would somehow be, you know, that I'm perfect and couldn't do something like that. Oh, I know that I could have done something like that. But okay, show me where. Show me what I'm doing wrong to tell me this. And I'll either say goodbye to your platform permanently, all right? Because if you don't want me, and I'm not probably going to change what I'm doing. Or if I done something if you show me what I did wrong, I'll look at it. And if I realize that I was wrong, I'll say I was wrong, and I'll change my opinions. I'll change my style. I'll change my rhetoric.
MC, you're being far too reasonable for who struck you.
Like
you really are. I hope you realize you're being
like
far too reasonable.
Dodge.
They don't give a shit. They don't care. What happened is someone, I can't imagine who. I know one thing: the people that I see there day to day. I mean, I don't like everybody I see day to day, but none of them gave you a strike. Nobody.
Oh, I'm positive of that.
Somebody did that. Who knows? It was a random.
MC Vash in the chat says Stream.me is growing, and so is BitChute.
Yeah.
You should think about maybe downloading your videos and putting them somewhere else.
Well, the thing about this is I if you've noticed, I have not ever uploaded a video. I only do live streams. Yep. Right. And the reason that I only do live streams is convenience more than anything, but also for the fact that I enjoy reading the chat as it goes through. Right. It took me a while to get used to how to do it and have a discussion where I can read the chat while I'm doing things and then enjoy.
You had a hell of a learning curve, though, MC. You did great.
You know,
Hemorrhage Spud said, shit hadn't heard, let there be drone strikes, followed by space rocks on Google.
Yeah, but I mean, it's funny because like even in this chat here with people texting, I can't text you guys back. If I try to put something in the thing, it just comes back as an error. Try again.
Man, that's fucking crazy. So they gave you, so you must have gotten more than one community guideline strike, because I got a community guideline strike, but even from that they took it off too, MC. You've got to, and listen, when I did this, I think you might have remembered when I started live streaming from my main channel again, there was no answer. There was no nothing. You need to humble yourself, which I know you can, because I did it, and you're much more capable of that than I am. So humble yourself a little bit and be like, hey, man, hey, look, what did I do wrong? Would you please tell me? And I don't think I did anything wrong. I would love to be able to go back to live streaming on the channel I've been working on. That's so puny. How could it possibly be an effect to you. And I'm going to guess what'll happen is, but they'll put it back within the week. But the problem still remains. It still remains. Sharadi, you're the only other one here. I got to mention it. What has he done? I mean, what you watch like I do. I always see you there. You're always there. What,
Oh yeah.
What on God's earth? Even if we put ourselves in the shoes of SJWs, what has he done that MSNBC, Fox, CNN
He went after the golden girl?
Pardon me, ma'am?
I said he went after the golden girl, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
You think that's the one? Because I hear him all. I know he's gone after a couple times. Hey, I don't doubt it because they got me because the reason I was taken down is because I talked about the Marjorie Stoneman Douglas kids that I'm not going to mention on your channel right now. Believe it or not, I'm censoring myself.
Well, I did make a snide comment about Camera Hog. All right, but it wasn't anything real severe or anything. I mean, it was.
No, I just.
Who cares about him? I mean, it was. he's as far as I'm concerned, he's a non-entity. All right. He got a lot of undeserved fame. He's promoted by the media. The only reason people know who he is because he is a total media creation. His viewpoints are at best inane when he tries to talk. It's obvious when they have somebody who's going to discuss the issue with him and point out the stupidity of the issues with him. But then again, I had made comments about him way back when the story was relevant. All right. Never got a strike.
Vash says I'm in the chat, or I'm not in the chat, but I listen, and you haven't done a damn thing, so he says. And Oz says, just remember, folks, feelings are more important than facts.
and I probably did irritate the holy crap out of somebody, which is fine. I mean, I understand that not everyone's going to like what I do. All right. You're more than, you're more than capable. I'm more than amenable to you putting a freaking downvote on my channel. The most downvotes I ever got, all right, was when I sit up there and did a stream about the stupidity, all right, of one of Thunderput's comments when he's talking about chemical weapons, because he doesn't know what he's talking about, all right, from a military perspective. I'm not talking about it from a scientific perspective.
But you've hammered him, you've hammered Tim Pool, you've hammered Styx Hexenhammer. Those are the three that come to mind.
Well, humans so what?
So what? These fucking people have hundreds of thousands of subs. So someone would flag you. Oh man, listen. If that's the case, whoever flagged MCJK, if that's the case, and he's right, and you're listening, you're a fucking faggot. You piece of. I'm sorry. I'm on a different. You are strike that.
Speak your mind.
I gotta be careful, though, Sharadi. You're new too. Hey, we gotta be. I really realized I was running off the mouth, so I really gotta shut up. I'll say other dumb shit. But who knows?
I will say it now, and I don't give a flying fuck about you. YouTube.
Well, these people. Let me say it this way: you are an amoral person that should very seriously take a look at yourself and realize if there's something inside of you that's so horrible that you hate it, therefore you had to strike someone that has 86 odd subs. I mean, grow up. That's what I want.
Tim Tarbox says,
I think I only have 85 subs. Thank you for the extra one.
Tim Tarbox says, hey MC and hey Ogre.
I think I've only had 85 subs. So I mean, but that's fun. If I've done something egregious, I think I deserve, and I think everyone deserves, anybody deserves to be let it be known what it is and who they are as to what you did. You should be told what it is that's egregious. You should be told, all right, what it is that's banning you from this public forum. The reason you cannot speak at this public forum, the reason you are getting denied this public access, you should be told why. And I've always said this. If someone doesn't like what you did, all right, then you have a responsibility, if you're in charge of it, to say what they did and why you're banning them. They don't have to agree with you, okay? Just because I get banned from something doesn't mean that I'm saying that I agree with why I was banned, all right? I'm not saying you have to tell them something that they have to accept. They don't have to accept it. But you should at least be forced to tell them, and it should be part of the legal structure that you have to tell them why.
No,
what it is that you don't like. And the reason they don't want to do that is that is what they don't want public. They don't want to publicly know that, oh my God, there's somebody out there that's a conservative voice that can actually articulate conservatism, real conservative principles, not these phony, oh my God, he's Jim Baker, that's why he's a conservative, one of these religious zealots out there, those are the people that don't get banned. Those are the people that get promoted because they make conservative.
Well, that was a wonderful rant. I'm glad I wasn't able to completely cut you off but this is what I want to ask you, MC. Isn't this the most, I want to press you. Isn't this the most communistic? Because isn't it like, show me the man and I'll give you the crime, right? And so you're honestly standing there with open arms saying, hey, okay, I'm gone. I'm puny. I don't make a dime at this. I do this to entertain my friends. My friends enjoy it. We get together every day. We have this news discussion. We don't care if anybody else joins us. If they do, so be it. If they don't, so be it. But doesn't this go right back? You saw the video I did. MCJK, haven't we all forgotten? Have we all forgotten whom we fight against?
Sorry to cut you off, but MC was trying to watch your stream and comment in there earlier. He said so.
Yeah.
Well, forget about that. I mean, the point being this: isn't this the most communistic of methods? I mean, it goes back to this, MC. Show me the man, and I'll find the crime. I mean, we're dealing with something everyone has forgotten. People wonder why you're so adamant, and they wonder why you talk about all of these things that you talk about, these old things that people have forgotten. Please, since you have this small platform, MC, if you can for 5 or 10 minutes, could you formulate a reason why you bring these things up? Is it all coming to fruition? Is the red tide coming to take my fucking country from me?
Oh, they are. They always have been.
They have been.
Everyone has been ignoring the true menace of these people in favor of their own viewpoints and in favor of, we're going to do this and do that. They allowed the media, all right, to define what conservatives are. All right. I got into a discussion and I'm positive that hard bastard probably doesn't even remember this conversation, right? and I'm so small, he there's no way that he even knows who I am. But the hard bastard, I got into a discussion with the hard bastard about the whole homosexual agenda, all right, to change the definition of marriage. And I was trying to point out that during that discussion, okay, at no time did the media ever allow somebody to go on there that had a true conservative point. No, they would put people on there and say, well, I disagree with this because the Bible says X, Y, Z, right? Those are what they sit up there and utilize to define what conservatives were. They never let anybody with a true conservative viewpoint on the media to let people understand that what they were doing at that point, right, wasn't feeling based or equality based or anything else. It was an attempt, and it was successful, to redefine what marriage was, to attack society, to change a societal quote unquote norm. Okay, that's what the goal was. It wasn't about rights. It wasn't about, this person's married, so this person over here doesn't have the same rights because they don't have marriage, because civil unions accomplished that. No. It had to be called marriage. It had to be called marriage. And then it came back, and what was always the response? Oh, the response is, well, you shouldn't, there's no reason for the government to be involved in what goes on in somebody else's bedroom. But that has nothing to do with marriage. What goes on in a bedroom isn't what makes a marriage. If that's the case, people are getting married and getting divorced all the freaking time. No, that had nothing to do with it. But it had changed it. What was the hard bastard's response to me? Well, it was decided by the court, so therefore we're right. Okay, well, that's fine. You can have that viewpoint. All right, but you don't realize the damage that was done. Now, I'm not hammering on the hard bastard for I'm not trying to say that he's wrong about his opinions or anything else. That's not what I'm trying to. I'm trying to point this out as an example of what had happened in our society and where we were and the damage that was created. Because when you engaged in it that way, when you ignored the other side and the fact that the other side was being blocked out, you've encouraged the point where censorship is perfectly acceptable. It's okay to hit a Nazi. It's okay to do all this other stuff. Okay, we're going to normalize what the left does and excuse what the left does as long as it furthers the leftist agenda. But don't you dare try to hold us accountable to anything that we say or anything we do, or say that you're like us. Because if you're not on the left, you're the enemy and you've got to be exterminated. That's who these people always have been. And their method of getting to where we are today is to sit up there and pull on the heartstrings. Oh, look, I'm just like you. Look how bad they are over there. Look at what they're doing. Can't you just feel? Now we're at the point where, oh, a woman feels like she's a man. Isn't that so horrible? Can't somebody, just help this poor person to where they're at the point of denying reality? They won't even accept the fact that they're a man or a woman. Don't you misgender me. Well, are you going to change your DNA? Do you have a magic little, well, look, I've got an extra X chromosome. I got rid of all my Ys. Is that how it works nowadays? No, that's not reality. Okay, so we're going to let people walk around with a mental disorder that they can't accept who they were and how they were born. That's okay. I'm not worried about how you act. I'm talking about what you physically are. You can't just change this. You can't just go, oh, look, my DNA has changed. I am now a man. Well, I don't feel like a man today. I kind of felt like a woman today. I'm just going to go into the DNA changer and go, oh, look at me. Now I'm a woman. I just grew a pair of breasts. Well, these are a little bit small. Let me go get an extra chromosome. Maybe I'll get a little deeper breast. Okay, well, there we go. Now I got the breast enhancement that I wanted. Is that what we're doing? Because I'll tell you what, if we can do that, I want to go the other way. You know what? My penis is a little small today. Oh, there we go. Now it's a 20-inch cock. That's what I've been looking for. That's the end of my rant for right now.
Wow.
Lord of mercy. Well, and you know what, MC? That's why we all love you, man. And undoubtedly, they would like to silence your everything about you, mate. And truth will always be a radical thing when lies are prevalent. And I know I misquoted that. I tried to be cool, but I think you know the sentiment I'm trying to give you. In a radical environment like we're in, when you tell the truth, you are the radical. You are the outcast, man. Thank you for that rant too. That's what. Will you please? I hope that you get another account. I have another account. I don't know, man. You got to do something, man, please, because I know that all of us would subscribe tomorrow if you just had a alternative one until this was worked out. We would miss, and if not, I understand, but we would miss what we just heard.
No, we wouldn't. We wouldn't all subscribe tomorrow. Some of us might subscribe the next day. Some of us might never subscribe again.
All right. So, all right. The realistic person. All right. But what I meant to say is we would probably subscribe sometime.
I'm just giving him shit, and he knows it.
Oh yeah, I know how to take it.
But and here's the thing
that I hope people do understand is yes, I can go on these kind of rants and I can throw it full of emotion and I can be dramatic and I can be a drama queen. All right, that's always been my ability to do that. I can talk about things calmly and rationally, just like anybody else. Which is why if I ever had gotten to the point where I could, because one of the things that I was actually working for or toward on my channel was to get it to the point where I could invite other people of differing opinions, all right, on and have discussions on a regular basis. The fact is that I was never big enough to be noticed by those people, so therefore I hadn't gotten to that point. So I was just trying to slowly build my channel to where I would start to get noticed by some of these people, so I could have general discussions, and the discussions would take place in this manner. The discussions would not be ranting and raving back and forth; they would be just regular discussions.
Well, right? Hammered Spud says, "LOL. Google needs to ban MC more often. The ranting
The resulting rant is epic.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. All right, but that was the point. That was the point I wanted to get to my channel. Right, was to sit up there and say, look, if you wanted to, the reason I rant, the reason I go on all hog wild on this stuff and go berserk, right, is to get to the point where I am noticed. Okay, because you cannot sit up there and break into the liberal mindset. This is my view. You can't break into the liberal mindset without first getting into them emotionally, because their emotions dominate their lives. Their emotions dominate their worldview. So unless you can start to talk to them on an emotional level, you cannot connect with them. You cannot get through that ridiculous barrier of oblivience that they wander around in that closed-minded, blinder-ass view of the world. There is, if you try to just calmly go up there and have a discussion with the leftists, the first thing they say is, well, we'll just agree to disagree, and they'll walk off. You haven't gotten through to them. You haven't gotten them to think. You haven't gotten into their context of what the hell am I actually doing, and actually let me take a look at my own worldview, right? Because that's the first requirement. If you're actually going to get through to a leftist, the first thing you've got to get them to do is examine their viewpoints, and they don't do that. They avoid doing that because they're fearful, generally. Now, does it turn some people off? Yeah. Are there freaking cowards out there like Tim Pool? Tim Pool's actually said it. That's why I'm calling him a coward. All right. Tim Pool says if people rant at him, he just walks away. He doesn't want to hear it. All right. He cannot put aside his emotion when other people are emotion and actually listen to what the context of what they're saying is. It causes him fear. He runs away. And you want to know why? He'll tell you, oh, no, that isn't true. No. The reason is because you can't get through to people like that. Then who are you? If you can't get through to those people, then why are you talking to leftists? All right, because that's exactly who they are. Listen to them rant, Tim. So if you're going to make this kind of a comment, if you're going to say, well, you can't get through to people like that, maybe, just maybe, it's because that's who you really are. The reason is that you don't want it to seep into your conscience because you have a closed mind.
Thank you, Sharadi. I owe you one. I'm going to kick back and listen to this. I will not be leaving until the stream is done. Believe me, I'll be chatting on the side. Appreciate you letting me on here and showing my solidarity with my brother, man, a very unique individual that's been in the military, been a public servant, been a unique individual, but still has retained his ability for individual thought. Very unique ability for a man that spent over 24 years serving your sorry ass. Thank you, MCJK. There's nothing I could do to thank you and to show that I appreciate what you've done in your previous life and what you're doing now. Hey, remember to be good to your friends and family before you know they're gonna be fucking gone.
Thanks, Eogre, although a little bit excessive. The reality is that people that come from the military, and I know that this is the old saw that, we all become nine-nun robots, all right, that we don't have our own minds, that we're brainwashed. You're not brainwashed in the military, all right? You're exposed to a viewpoint outside of yourself. The only thing the military does is it broadens your view. It broadens your view that the center of the universe isn't your friggin' navel. Okay? The center of the universe is not between your two ears. That there's another universe out there. And it doesn't mean that you can't or that you somehow become a collective. All right? But it lets you know that you as an individual exist within a larger group, and that the larger group has value to you and that you should pay attention to it. That is the hardest thing to get through to people that weren't in the military, is the viewpoint of the centralized viewpoint of things. And you need to have a broader viewpoint in order to work effectively as a team, to understand that, okay, I need to be doing this, and to trust somebody else to be doing something else simultaneously to get something done. Now, in the military, it tends to be you're trying to kill people and break things. I mean, overall, that's what you're training for. You're either training to kill people and break things, or you're killing people and breaking things. That's the overall goal of the military. All right. I mean, like it or not. I mean, it's from a defensive perspective, but the actual actions within the military are killing people and breaking things. All right. It's not something for everyone. It's not something everyone can accept. And even the people that can accept that don't necessarily accept the fact that they have to do it as a collective group, all right, rather than as an individual. It's a difference between being a soldier and being a warrior. The warrior mindset is all about the I. The soldier's concept is all about the us. All right. Now, I do rely upon that. And yes, I did exist in the military world for a long period of time. All right.
I don't believe it. Not for a second.
and so forth. But back to the central thing for and I do appreciate you, Sherardi, letting me rant on your stream right now. All right. But the fact that I got hammered, okay, or I got banned and I got kicked off of YouTube and I got kicked out of the Google world. Okay, I can, believe it or not, I've said this before, I can accept that. All right. Mainly because that's whether I like it or not, that's the reality. The reality is this did happen. Okay, I can accept reality. All I want to know is why did you do it to me? Was it because if you expect me to change, if I'm doing something so egregious, if I'm doing something that's wrong in your eyes, okay, fine. Don't you think that I'm going to continue doing things that are wrong in your eyes as long as you don't tell me what I'm doing is wrong? The only chance you have of me changing is for you to tell me what I'm doing wrong. That's the only chance you have. Because if you keep going, well, he's doing something wrong. Okay, well, you know what? If I don't know what it is, how am I going to change? How am I going to respond to it? Now, do I believe that I did anything wrong? Of course not. Does it look like I did anything wrong? Are people freaking sending me DMs and stuff and said, you're over the line, pal. You're way over. You're outside the norm? No.
Well, people won't do that, especially the Democrats. They'll just report.
Okay, if I got reported, and I have no problem with that, then, and you want to report me in a guideline strike, okay, tell me when, and give me a guideline strike. Tell me where but if it's severe, if it was a severe thing, well, that means something that everybody knows what it is, right?
Oh my God, that's the only thing that bothers you. It's so severe. It's severe. It's severe.
It is what bothers me more than anything else, because you haven't told me where I was stepping over the line. If this was the fourth or fifth time or the third or second time or even the first time that I stepped over that line, okay, then you should have told me about it. If you think it's severe, if I've really gotten to you, well, that's the other part, is I kind of want to brag. I'll be honest with you. If you tell me that I've severely gotten under your skin, I kind of want to be able to go see that and puff my chest out a little bit.
Vash says, how dare you outdo CNN, Fox, and all of them by covering shit in rapid fire. And then Matt Barkley says, severe in all capital letters.
But I'm such a quiet, meek individual. Kind of like a little wallflower. Just
not while I'm drinking coffee. No.
If you don't want to hear my opinion, and many people, and there's many people that don't.
Yeah, I'll just tell you to shut up when I don't.
I'm not going to tell you not to subscribe to my channel, all right? Even though I don't have a channel right now, kind of. All right. If you don't like what I've got to say, okay, fine. If you think what I'm saying is wrong, tell me I'm wrong and why.
Which I have done. When you and Demon were going at it and you were arguing, I think it was over the police. One of you were saying one thing, one of you were saying the other. You were both wrong. I was on my period and I came in shouting at you.
Oh, that's fine. People shout at me all the time. I mean, but if you think that what I'm saying is wrong in one of my rants or one of my other things, right? And I'm being hyperbolic, because of course I can get hyperbolic. And yes, it is intentional. Like I said before, it's the only way to get through through the tears of the through some of the freaking dunderheaded shit that people say. Have I gone too far? Well, to be honest, I did say that we should kick out frickin' Jim Carrey. I did say that we should deport Jim Carrey. All right, take away his citizenship. Was I too wrong? Was I wrong for saying that? Yes, I was. I went too far with that. All right, but I was being hyperbolic at the time. Now, when this was pointed out to me, when they said, hey, stop right there, you're going too far. All right. I admitted right then and there, yeah, I'm going too far with that. All right. I'm not afraid of being corrected. I'm not afraid of being told you're wrong. I'm not. All right. And that's one of the things in our society that's really frosted me for forever and a day was there's too many people. There's way too many people who are absolutely terrified, all right, of being wrong and being told that they're wrong. They would rather be wrong and continue what they're doing than they would to say, you know what, somebody told you you were wrong. That terrifies them to no end. Why? Because you might step over a line. You might actually have to modify what you did or what you said. You might actually have to realize, yeah, 2 + 2 doesn't equal 5.
You know what?
How the hell are you going to learn without that? I'm sorry. Go ahead, Shari.
No. That just amuses the hell out of me because. Just a second. There.
Mr. Stoley, after an hour of MC's ranting, I can hear him in my sleep.
You can see that, right?
I hope I'm not denying anybody's sleep because of my.
If Mr. Stonley needs to go to bed, he can shut off the fucking computer or phone.
Oh my God. And I do, and I'm glad that Tara Marie, I'm glad you like my rants because they are intended for generally to be entertainment. I'm trying to entertain, all right, in my inimitable style, as if I ever had one. All right, I don't consider myself an Alex Jones. I don't consider myself a Tucker Carlson. I consider myself me. All right, it's how I see things in the world. Now, there are times I agree with people. There's times that I don't agree with people. There's times that I agree with people on the left. Well, people think about it, that they think on the left. All right. When they finally take a principled stand, generally I will side with the people on the left. All right. They rarely ever take a principled stand. All right.
No, I just found it quite amusing. I was just going through my Twitter and you were talking about 2 + 2 does not equal 5.
Mm-hmm.
And my main backdrop for my Twitter page is 2 + 2 = 5. Say something enough and it comes through. Which is why I started my screen share and asked if you could see that.
So basically you're 2 + 2 = 5 now, huh?
Yeah.
You're one of those. One of those.
Yeah.
No, so it's just that it does this annoy me? Oh yes, it does annoy. I'm not gonna lie to you. It annoys me to get kicked off of YouTube. All right, mainly because I'll be quite honest with you. I didn't think I was going near any lines. I don't see how anyone can listen to what I said and listen to my streams, and I don't think anyone can point to me and show me where it is. Now, this could be arrogance on my part.
Honey, you passed a line the first rant you did. I'm not even close to joking. The first rant you did, you passed a line.
What? By being emotional about how I talking about things?
By raising your voice. I'm dead serious.
God, you got to be freaking kidding me.
No.
All right, see, now that is something our society has really driven me crazy. Is somehow if somebody raises their voice, oh, they're a threat to the world. He raised his voice. Oh my God, it's the end of the world. How dare somebody do that? Oh, holy cow! He's out of control. He's going to murder millions of people in their sleep. He's going to freaking do in the children. Everybody, he's going to do in the children.
Shut the fuck up for 5 seconds. Words are violence nowadays. Don't you remember?
I do. I understand, but that's just nonsense, and it always has been.
Yeah,
the idea that violence is because of what somebody heard is freaking stupid. All right? It's flat out stupid. And I know people go, well, there's such a thing as verbal abuse. There's lots of verbal abuse. She was
Ooh, I
suffering.
would love to have
verbal abuse, so she
Undoomed
took
on
her
here.
gun out, shot the guy 16 times because he verbally abused her. Why? Because he called her a freaking slut from the 15 people that she slept with, and he got tired of her, basically cheating on him. So he called her a freaking stupid, vile cunt, and therefore she goes, "Oh my God, you deserve to die!" Boom, boom, boom. Because that's what it comes down to. All right, when they started going out of their way to start banning people from contacting other people because of quote unquote verbal abuse. All right.
Taryn Marine says, "Oh please, Magog of Morskar and Undoomed." And then Vash says, "He's gonna turn the frogs gay." And then Oz says, "MC was loud. It's like he assaulted me." Don't you love your fans?
I do love my fans.
Oh God, and Hammered Spud followed that up with, "Show me on the doll where MC's rant touched you."
The assault, the humanity. Oh my God, it's like the Hindenburg all over again. There are flames everywhere. It's a sea of flames. Oh,
God,
the burning victims. Can you just smell the flesh being burnt off of the poor
love
people
these fans,
running for their
Mr.
lives? Oh,
Mr.
the
Stonley.
children. Godzilla has arrived.
Mr. Stonley, he scares me. Just like that, Skeers. He scares me.
Oh, Jesus. Save me, everyone. Save me.
I think they're more afraid of you, remember? He scares me. Oh God. MC's assaulting me. They're all trying to make you feel better.
Yeah, no, and I appreciate that. I do appreciate that. But I appreciate you, Sharardi, for letting me sit on here for this long. I've actually damaged my voice a little bit, and I still got to do the third day of Gettysburg, because the real reason I got banned was Mad Dodge. He didn't want to discuss the third day of Gettysburg. It's a joke, folks. Just to let you know. I'll screw you all. Anyway.
Oh, God. Oh, God. I have to at least say what Matt said. That's what that quote unquote sonic attack was in Cuba. Someone was listening to MC.
The Cubans are playing me through their loudspeakers. They're driving the embassy people out of their way. They're fleeing the embassies. They're vomiting blood, looking at them. Oh my God, we heard MC. No, but I do appreciate it. I do appreciate it. But I do, honestly, my voice is starting to go because I've been ranting so long.
All right, sugar.
I will have to leave for a little bit. But I'll be on Mad Dodge's channel for the third day of Gettysburg. Hopefully that he hasn't been banned for actually tolerating me on his streams. But I do appreciate everybody. Thanks for coming out, man.
Yeah, you guys all are awesome, and thanks for staying by, MC, and coming out here. We are gonna head out now, so bye-bye. MC, say bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.